possible. And so keep talking to us through those social media platforms at K24 TV on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Our WhatsApp line is active, and we are looking out for those questions. So go ahead and text in, and if you prefer to call, those numbers will be at the bottom of your screen. Karibu sana yet again. My name is Shiko Kaitani. Dr. Kibe, welcome back.
Thank you very much.
Hope the tea is going well.
Yeah, it is. Green tea. And I want to mention something.
Yes.
I realize you take green tea.
Yes, I do.
People who are looking for children, green tea is the in thing.
Oh, okay. Hello. I didn't even know I've started a trend. So thank you. Okay, and enjoy the green tea as we go along. So we still had another question here that came in before we went on a break. The issue of masturbation.
Masturbation.
Wow. What is the correlation and the link between that and infertility?
It's very common these days. Very many young men are starting it as early as primary and secondary schools. And this is where somebody pleases himself sexually using the palms of their hands. And sometimes there is also the female aspect, lesbianism, where the girls either use objects or they use machines. These days they are machines, vibrators they call them, and dolls, and you know,
and what have you,
and what have you. And what happens is that once you teach your natural organs to get pleasure, and this palm, although oiled, is completely different in structure and pathophysiology with the organ. So what happens is that quite often those boys who masturbate today will find it very difficult to satisfy their marriages.
Oh, wow.
And many times they have what we call premature ejaculation. He doesn't even take a minute. Many of them will even, the very thought of arousal, they do it on their trousers.
Right.
And sometimes they just see the girl and
it happens.
And it happens. So the nerves are terribly affected. The physical
because you have conditioned
also,
yourself to be.
And also lesbianism.
Okay. Another question coming in about abortion as one of the causes for infertility. You see situations where a lady has probably had 1, 2, or even 3 abortions. Does this highly affect her chances of having a child?
Absolutely. That ties also with Joshua's question, where there is repeated either intentional abortions or miscarriages. We call this, if it is unintentional, we say habitual abortions. Or sometimes when it happens so very many times, we call it reproductive wastage. Now, this wastage or these abortions tear off the lining, the endometrium, you know. It's like you are scarring. You are scarring the inside lining. So the more the abortions or miscarriages, the higher the risk that the inner lining of your the lining of the ovary, considering that, or imagining that my jacket is the ovary, the inner lining gets torn every time there is an abortion or a miscarriage. And the healing process could be fibrotic. It could be scarring, just like somebody has been burnt on the neck. And when they heal, it heals like it's
there's still, evidence of scar.
Evidence of that burn. And each time, therefore, when the ripe egg that has been fertilized touches that place, it slips off. So it can contribute in a big way to subfertility and infertility, because it's until that fertilized egg, the blastocyst, lads somewhere else.
Let's take a look at your questions and your text messages coming through that WhatsApp number. Very quickly, we've got a text message here. Hi, Shiko and Dr. Kibe. I'm Beatrice from Wundani. I have had an implant for 1.5 years now, but I rarely see my periods. What could be the problem? Can this be a cause for alarm?
No, she wanted it that way.
Well, there's another text message that has come in. Very quickly, let's take a look at this one. Hello, my name is Miriam. I'm asking, can someone be pregnant after 7 menstrual cycles when she has sex? I don't know if you get that one.
Well, the first one first. this is where
the implant.
The implant.
Yeah.
Implants are, like I said, a mixture of what we call steroidal or hormonal contraception.
Right.
And what goes on is that they are telling the systems, I don't want a pregnancy. Sort of, you are reversing your femininity. You are reversing your girlhood.
Yeah.
You want, and many times you find it's not just the amenorrhea that results, but the lack of periods. Sometimes you find the androgens, which are the male hormones in a woman, become predominant, and sometimes you even see them, especially the very young ones, growing a beard. Hirsutism, resulting from these implants.
Yeah.
So implants go and completely disrupt the gears of reproduction.
Okay. Maureen is on the line. Good morning, Maureen. Hello, Maureen, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, yes, go ahead.
Okay, I wanted to ask the doctor.
Yeah.
I had a blocked tubes. I have a blocked tubes. I've stayed for like 6 years without a child because of blocked tubes. My gyno advised me to do a surgery. I went and did surgery on 2018 at Nairobi Hospital, and still my tubes are not open. I don't know what's the problem or what else can I do.
Okay, thank you so much for sharing your story. Wow. You can just hear how weighty this is on her, Daktari. Also very traumatizing because she's saying she had to go for surgery and still she's not seeing any improvement as far as her tubes are concerned. Your advice on that one?
Yes, that every lady, if ever you notice a discharge that is abnormal, please run very fast to a good gynecologist, because it means you are getting an inflammation. And even the ectopic pregnancies are a result of what she's talking about. Blocked fallopian tubes, or tubes that are not gentle, that have potholes, so to call them. The tubes are no longer smooth, and the cilia in the tubes have been destroyed. So what we are talking about here is, yes, she went for what we call a tuboplasty, probably, which is a micro-surgical procedure that tries to open the tube. But in the process, remember, these are very delicate tissues. And the tube, the so-called tube, is a very thin tube, yes. Is the inside of the biro you are holding. Is that tube that is inside with ink. That is the size of a mature lady's fallopian tube. So it's very difficult to do the microsurgery. And in the process, sometimes the surgeons also push and pull the rest of the tissues, thus destabilizing the system physically.
So should she go back for another second surgery, or what advice for Maureen?
Purely depends on Maureen. Go for a new HSG. Go and check out. And always, you guys who are doing HSG, tell us at what point, because this whole thing could be as long as the fallopian tube could be 8 inches down to 5 inches. So where exactly is the block? Is it at the beginning, the cornwall head? Is it the middle? Is it at the end? So that we may be able to advise this girl about the tuboplasty or repair of that blocked fallopian tubes.
All right. Let's talk about age as a contributing factor. You hear this all the time, and even women hear this all the time, that, by the way, after 35, forget that story about having a child.
I don't think so.
But you can see the current trend today, more and more women are getting children in their late 30s and even into their 40s. Why don't you demystify, if you will, age as a contributing factor to not being able to conceive?
Let's start from the prime age. A girl's peak fertility is 24 to 28 years. So if you want to get a baby or babies the best, do it between 24 and 28. 24 because you'll have already matured. All the organs have matured. You have also matured and gotten prepared psychologically and the physical maturity. Now, as one progresses and touches 30, fertility goes down. In the woman, not even in the man. Fertility goes down by as much as 20%. For girls, 30 to 35.
Yeah.
Fertility goes 20%. By the time you are 36 to 40, 50%. By the time you are 40, it could be up to 70%. Fertility going down. We are able to sometimes mitigate by giving various boosters.
Yeah.
And I want to demystify, like you called it, I want to say that in Africa, our mothers got babies when they were even 50.
Wale wa mwisho, the last ones,
the last ones
who were complete mistakes.
No, but the issue that I want to refuse and reject that babies born by older women or men have chances of becoming stupid.
Oh,
In the
just have
contrary,
issues. Yeah.
My experience of 40 years is that the babies born by older women are bright.
Really?
And very strong.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I don't want to mention names, but I was born when my mother was 48.
Really?
So there is absolutely no, the averages, when we do averages, even some very prominent people, you know, their parents were quite
much
aged.
older. Yeah,
even some of our best leaders and the top leaders in this country, we know their ages and we know the ages of their mothers.
Okay.
So I'm saying that there is no qualm.
No cause for alarm.
There is a decline of fertility, which we can mitigate. I'm good at that.
Okay. All right. I think that's good news for some women who are listening. But speaking about your WhatsApp text messages, still more coming in. Let's take a look. Hi, Shiko Kaitani. Kindly ask Daktari, what is the right medicine to take to treat women with discharge which has become untreatable over a year? Okay, I use pills when my husband is around, and when he's not around, I don't. And can this bring me problems in the future?
The first one is...
wait, sorry, we have another text message, Dr. Kibe, then I can give you the chance. Hi, Shiko, we have really struggled to get a child now 6 years with my wife, who has fibroid surgery 3 years, or rather, who had fibroid surgery 3 years ago. The doctors say there is no problem, but conception is not coming. I got children with my first wife, but with my second, not yet. This is causing painful moments for my wife. Thank you so much, Samuel.
Thank you very much. Probably we also look at the male factor. And I am repeating it for the sake of men. Even their own fertility fluctuates. You see? Your power of last year. Or your lifestyle. Those who drink or partake into, drugs, their production, spermatogenesis, production of sperms goes down.
Right.
The other one is, like we said, diet. I want to advise men, because they like this one very much, to stick on to African diet, not chips. Yeah. I want to tell them to take
not nyama choma.
Avocado. I want to tell them to take probably tea, like Shiko Kaitane is taking, green tea with the garlic and turmeric and honey. Okay. Those things are very powerful, by the way. Very powerful. Okay. I'm also talking about rosemary leaves or twigs in the tea. Okay. And all those will make the man virile, will make the man stronger, and will, in fact, increase spermatogenesis. Okay.
All right. So as we wind up with Samuel, I think also the advice is also go back. Still consult a doctor, a gyna for that.
It's very important.
Okay. Immaculate, I understand, is on the line. And Samuel, I hope that we answered your question. Immaculate, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes. Karibu sana.
Asante sana. Niko na swali ningependa kuuliza daktari.
Yeah.
At my age, I'm now 35.
Yes.
Yes, I had miscarriage around 2021. And I've tried to be pregnant, but it has come to be a problem. I went on HSG as the doctor has said, and the results were out that the one side of my tube was having some problems. It was swelling. It was a swell inside.
I can hear you.
Yeah.
And I tried to go under medication till it has not happened. I've tried so many times getting pregnant and it's still not happening. So may the doctor advise me on what to do.
Okay, thank you so much for that, Immaculate, and thanks for sharing your story with us. Any hope there for Immaculate?
I want to do double answer. I want to
Okay.
mention the other physical problems like the other gentleman talked about fibroids, yes. And I want to address also the sonographers and these people who are taking the images. I want to tell them, when you say that somebody has fibroids, which one? Where is it? What is its size?
Yeah.
Is it blocking the fallopian tube? Is it myometrial or is it endometrial? Where exactly is it? It's very important for us to know, is it multiple or is it singular? Another condition is adenomyosis, which is, small glands inside the muscles of the uterus.
Yeah.
And then now I would like to answer Immaculate. Yes, if a man with a mono eye can see, a woman with a single tube can reproduce. Only that her fertility is half.
Yeah.
Because one of the eggs is reaching the destination, and the sperms are also reaching, and they are probably meeting.
Yeah.
And she should also look for other things. But what I'm saying is, of the 12 eggs released every year, 6 can give her a family.
Okay.
So she wants, or I would advise her to look for other reasons. Probably do the male factors, probably do the hormonal profiles, probably check for any other reason, but a monotube, a single tube, a one-sided tube is only that the woman is half fertile.
Okay. All right. Very quickly, as we begin to start winding down, we have talked a little bit about IVF before on the show, but just touching a little bit on that, there's also quite a number of people who are skeptical, Dr. on in vitro fertilization and the success rate. If at all I decide to use this as an option, what am I looking at? Is it going to be a sure shot because people know the kind of cost implication? Am I going to put that money there and after that, nothing happens?
Let me start by saying that there is a slight exaggeration by clinics that are doing IVFs.
Yeah.
I mean, have 1 million shillings, 1 million shillings. I mean, it's more of an AI. But this time round, we pick the sperm cells of the man, then we pick eggs, 3, 4 of the lady, and we place them in test tube, and sort of fertilization is in a test tube baby, and then we pick this test tube baby, which is very tiny, like the tip of an ordinary pin, and we sort of inseminate the zygote. So why 450,000 shillings still beats me? They should come down, and they are becoming more and more. So please demystify this IVF. Let me mention that if you are doing an IVF, be sure that every other parameter, every other hormone is also in line and properly arranged. Because if you did an IVF and you've not done progesterone, you've not done estrogen levels, what are you doing? I mean, as soon as the endogenous estrogen, if it is down and you are doing an IVF, it will still fail, and the failure rate is alarmingly high. So it's never like I'm doing a shot and I'm sure that I will spend 500,000 shillings and I'll get it. Never. I must say the success rates are still very low. And I went out to those countries. And I found, in some countries, like in India, they don't go to 500,000 shillings. They will do it at 50, 60,000 shillings. So I don't know why our people are so expensive, but I'm not fighting my own colleagues.
Right.
I'm only saying it's a bit exorbitant.
Right.
Let me say once again that we're picking the eggs of this lady, we're picking the sperms of her lover or husband, and we are doing fertilization in a test tube, and then we are simply inseminating.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm repeating, let the health, like Joshua told us, the health of the mother, hormones also of the mother, the endometrium of the mother. Let us have everything normal as if it's a normal gestation.
Okay. All right. So I'm saving this question, and I have saved it for last because you have to take us through how to work around the gender. You said there is a way you can get a male, and there is a way you can get a female if you choose. So, you know those things you used to hear from your auntie, your uncles, your aunties, the positions, the what. I mean...
This is the wrong hour for this discussion,
but
I'll touch on something.
Yes, touch on it as we say goodbye.
Now, the first thing, like I said, we have studied the features, you know, the kinetic features of the X and Y, and we found that if you want, for example, a boy, try it on the 13th day of your cycle, the 13th day of the cycle.
Right.
There are several other factors. Time it such that it is exactly the 14th day minus 12 hours.
Yes.
Even if he's at job, call him. He should be, if you want a boy, work for it, you know. Then there are certain minerals. We have a product called Medvitam, which accelerates a boy. The other one is, this one is delicate, because for a boy, the sperms must be sort of deposited deep inside. For a girl, it should be as shallow as possible. Okay. We're now being a bit vulgar, but you'll allow this program that for boys, the deeper ejaculation is more favorable. Okay. There is a pH issue, which is a bit delicate, and I don't want to go to douching. Okay. And we are saying that for a girl, there should for a girl the coitus and the meeting the partners meeting should be sort of continuous. 14th, 15th and 16th day. For a boy, I insisted it is 13th day, and I said count 14 days minus 12 hours. Wow. And finally, the man. Yes. There is this belief that the more times you do coitus, the higher the chance. Absolutely not. In fact, for a boy, the man should abstain from any ejaculation for 5 days to accumulate the total volume. Boys like a bigger volume. Finally, the man must wear, avoid heat around his reproductive system. Don't go to those saunas. Don't don't wear those tight innerwear. It is. That's why God hung these things so that they may be as free as possible.
Okay, Dr. Kibe, always a pleasure having you. Believe it or not, the text messages and the phone calls are so overwhelming that we must invite you back to studio.
Thank you. It probably also has to do with the experience of 42 years in the game.
Absolutely. I completely agree. That is Dr. Ignatius Kibe for you. And by the way, if you are looking for him, why don't you get in touch with us directly, and we'll be sure to put you in touch with Dr. Kibe. But you can also find him at St. Mary's Hospital. Pia unaweza ni DM, and I'll be able to hook you up with Dr. Kibe directly. But Jeff and Buvi are here. Now you guys know how you are made.
And we've had,
you know how you are made.
I only have girls.
What you've been missing.
Now you know how you arrived on us.
Valentine's Day is concerned, the 14th day. You never look at it the same again. Ever. Wow.
Thank you.
What an interesting discussion, and guys, I hope